Welcome to Creative Conversations, a podcast exploring contemporary art, science and friendship. This episode asks a simple question: can a place change you? Join us as we explore how observation, travel and lived experience become art. I'm feeling solid.
Let's begin. All right, Jones, let's have a chit-chat about you and Barb went off on this swimming expedition up north. You had some of your art pieces exhibited at Five Walls Gallery in Footscray. And tell me, what was the name of the show again?
Yeah, I did. It was a group show at Five Walls Gallery and it was called, I'm just laughing at this part. It was called All That Returns. And the reason that I'm laughing is because there was a decal on the front door and when we installed it, it had All That Remains.
That's not a good start.
It's a little bit more macabre. And so that was getting plastered on the wall. And I was like, oh, whoops. Anyway, that got fixed. So when the show opened, it was actually called All That Returns.
All That Returns. Okay.
And I must say thank you because you helped me install my work.
Oh, that's all right. That was actually a bit of fun. Don't mind getting on the tools. Get the level out.
Once again, you're very creative. Well, maybe that wasn't about creativity. That was about getting everything level and ordered.
Getting it level, absolutely. And yeah, how important that was to actually get the art pieces exactly as they were intended to be on the wall.
Yeah.
It's just so important. And I can understand because it really does stand out. If you're a millimetre off even,
yeah,
I was blown away. Like, it really does stand out.
It was funny because you actually hadn't experienced an install before. And it's interesting because there were 5 of us. So we had a vague idea, or not a vague idea, we did have a map on where we were positioned on the wall because when you apply for a show like that, you do have to use the floor plan to say where is the work going and why is it going there. But then when you bring the works in, it changes because until you see the works in real life, it's hard to know exactly how they're going to interact. And so then there is this whole diplomatic process of what has to get moved.
That was fascinating. That was actually fascinating watching all the interaction. People that come to the art show, they would have no idea how much effort actually goes in. All the artists actually interact and how much thought goes into figuring out how each individual art piece speaks to each other.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of creative thought given to the language of the whole show.
Yeah. So you've got to remember what the premise of the show is about and how the works interact. But then you've also got the artist's work coming in and where they want their work to shine the best. And so it's a balance between getting the individual work to shine how they see the work fitting into the space and then also how it interacts with the other work and how it then interacts with the whole gallery.
Yeah.
And so it was quite the juggle. In fact, I think we got to the gallery at 11 in the morning, 11s, 10s.
Yeah.
And we weren't actually really
11,
hanging the work until
till
2.
Yeah,
3?
at least a couple of hours, at least before we even started hanging things up.
Yeah.
Because all that negotiation had to take place first. It was full on.
You looked at me and you said, what happens? I said, now we wait.
Now we wait.
Now we wait. We have to wait till everyone has their work here and then we have to get the work out. And then do you know what? One of the artists actually was not happy with her work in the space. And so the next day she switched out one of her artworks for another piece that she had in her collection.
That was because she didn't like how it translated to the rest of the pieces.
She had a video piece and there was too much light coming into the space. She was not happy with how it didn't give her work the illumination that she needed. And so it's just fine. Like it actually read okay in the space as well. So it was not a problem. But and I think even the video work read really nicely in the space too. But it's her work and it was too bright in there for her piece of work. And so she switched it out. So there's a lot of negotiation that goes on.
It was an eye-opener for sure.
Yeah.
Tell me something about the work that you had hanging up there.
It's from a body of work called Chosen Words. And so they were charcoal drawings where I've taken women musicians' lyrics and have created them into some charcoal pieces. And the work got reviewed. It got critically reviewed, which was nice on that show.
Yeah.
I think the funniest thing about that review, sorry, I shouldn't say funny, I was actually very rapt to get my work reviewed academically like that. Christopher Heathcote came in and he saw the work and the work resonated with him and he wrote very accurately about the work, which I really appreciated. But I think the interesting thing is that he called me a young artist.
We'll take that.
Well, I don't know.
Chalk one up for the Gen Xers.
Same with the Gen Xers. I'm not sure whether he actually thought I was a young, or it is that thought process that an artist's maturity goes based on their CV, not on their age.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, take it.
Take it. Is it like counting in dog years, but in reverse? Like you said, Gen X.
Gen X.
Don't add extra 7 years for every one of my years.
No, we're not going to do that.
Gandalf's age in Lord of the Rings.
No, we're not that far. We're not that far.
Or
gone,
Dumbledore and Harry Potter.
Yeah. We're still having fun.
We're still having fun.
Yeah. So your pieces that you had there are well received. It was pretty good turnout as well. So that was just before you headed up north, as I mentioned before, with my lovely wife.
I did. It was with your lovely wife. I went. You helped me install the show.
Barbara.
Hi, Barbs. Yeah, we had a great time. Yeah, that's right. So I've been travelling with your lovely wife, which we haven't gone travelling together before. All of us have gone travelling together, but Barbs and I hadn't gone travelling together.
Yeah.
And you actually started this trip in process. Like that was your doing, because Barbs wanted to go swimming and she wanted you to go swimming. And you don't
swim like a stone. So
like a rock.
I just walk along the bottom. It's no point. But, when Barbara mentioned that she'd love to do that and visit the ocean rock pools in Sydney and up the coast heading towards Newcastle, it seemed like an obvious fit to me. That why wouldn't you go swimming with our good friend, who's an avid swimmer as well? Why wouldn't you just go out on safari with Rebecca Jones?
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
I'm all for adventure. You know that, Sandy. I'll be like, where are we travelling? Where are we going? Let's go. I've bought the tickets. Let's go.
You guys had a wonderful time. It was a great cultural experience as well.
Yeah.
And the purpose of the trip was you were exploring your art as well.
Well, when you said, would you like to go swimming? And I thought, well, great, I can commandeer Barb's holiday and turn it into work, because for me, that's not working, right? That's actually fun exploring. So it was a great opportunity because I've always had a swimming theme. My first exhibition that I did some years ago was actually of people swimming in the pool. And so there's that idea. Yeah. And they still resonate now. Like I had some pieces that I recently sold and they were snaveled up in quick time. And
we bought one.
You bought one. You bought one. Yeah. And I think it's the idea of movement. That's what I like about it. In my work, there's always a lot of movement. Wings flying, swimming. Yeah. I don't know. Breaking biases, movements.
Yeah.
So it was a good opportunity. And when I create artwork, I like to experience it from life. Like I feel that I need to investigate it, almost a bit science-like, where, like, how does this work? Why does that work? Why does it do that? Do I want it to do that? And so
we always come back to that, don't we?
We do.
The transect between science and art. It happens a lot when we discuss things. I just find that remarkable.
Do you think it's just, I don't know whether, do you reckon it's just the idea of being curious?
Yeah, I do. And it's ultimately, seeking of truth. Scientists may say it's seeking of fact. But, you just want to find out what's actually happening out there. And I think artists and scientists are both on the same mission. That's what I think.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Sorry, I think I've just quoted Star Trek. Sorry.
You quote Star Trek?
I think so.
Say it again.
We're all on the same mission. Anyway.
You're such a film buff. How many more quotes can we get in throughout the rest of the...
According to my daughter, that's all I've got. I'm just one long film quote after
Does she
another.
then call you unoriginal?
Well, I think that's the
implication.
inference. Yeah.
That's so mean. Sorry, I said it.
But we're Gen Xers, right? Movies were all the rage when we were coming through. Like it was just fascinating to immerse yourself in a film and then rattle off one-liners to your mates. It was just the way it was.
It almost gave you cultural cachet. If you could reference a movie in a moment in time. Isn't that just called like a meme now?
Yeah, but it's funny. Funny you mentioned cultural cachet. Like we all kind of went and watched the same things, right? But whereas now, like I think that's very different. There's so much choice in the entertainment world.
Yeah,
you
so
can
many
stream. You
devices.
don't really know what your friends are all watching, and so we don't all have or the kids coming through now don't really have the same cultural experience all the time. It's different.
Well, then you really have to have your click sorted then, don't you? You're saying like the kids these days.
Mate.
I can't keep up with my daughter. She sees stuff and then I just go, I don't know what that means. I don't even try and understand it. So then I look old anyway.
Yeah. I'm sure you've been caught out with your old 6
I know, I am
business.
all over 6'7".
Yeah,
I totally get it.
I still don't know what it means, but I get laughed at a lot at home. So. Anyway.
6'7".
I digress. Anyway, so you trip away. Tell me about the art. Yeah.
Yes. So Barb and we went to the eastern beaches, northern beaches of New South Wales, and then we ended up in Newcastle.
Yep.
Each place, for me, I was painting digitally in each place.
Cool.
And then I've got this work that I need to bring together and then create a new piece of work from that. And what I was looking for in each area, I think, because also each pool has a very strong community. Say Bronte, Bondi, Wiley's, MacGyver's, they're all in the space of probably like a 5 kilometre stretch of coastline.
Yeah.
But they are all very different community and different people, different vibe, frequency each one. And so when I go drawing there, you need to consider that and put that in.
How do you go about capturing a cultural essence, if you like, for a community? I just don't know where I'd start for something like that.
Well, I have to start with my experience. I mean, they might not be successful, right? Like it might not shine through. Like I don't know. I think that's why I'm a little bit nervous being in Victoria. I don't have access on tap to go back to the pool and draw it. Okay. So I'm a little bit nervous about that because
you can reference Barb's diaries.
Barb wrote and I drew.
Yeah.
And it depends on the day as well because the weather would have an impact on it. And the geography has an impact on the work that I'll create. So I remember Bronte very clearly. Bronte Pool is amongst these rocks and it's on a very busy walkway between Bondi and Coogee.
Yeah.
But it's a very circular man-made shape in amongst these very organic rocks. And so the shape of the pool is really important. And also what makes it interesting with Bronte is they've got swimming lines on the bottom of the pool. And so the shapes of that in regards to creating a dynamic artwork.
With rock pools.
With rock pools. And like, oh, no.
They wouldn't be straight, would they?
It's not a treasure hunt.
Although you guys said one of the ocean rock pools, you saw an octopus.
Oh, yeah. Perhaps it's great at finding octopus.
There was marine life. But how does that happen? How does marine life get into a pool that's not part of the ocean? Like it's separate to the ocean?
Well, the waves can still crash in. And so
poor octopus.
The those can come in. And so, I mean, in some of the pools like Wiley's particularly, and even in Newcastle, there was the Bogey Hole, which I love as well. They don't have concrete bottoms. Some of the pools just have the natural rock base on them. Yep. And so that's where you can find octopi. But I will never find that at Barb's. What you found, Barb's found heaps. She was like in the groove. And so they sort of nestle in little nooks and things. And that's what makes it so exciting. So I don't think I'm going to get many laps in on those sorts of pools. There's too much to see. Whereas like in Bronte Pool and I think even Bondi, they've got a concrete base. And so they're actually built into the natural landscape and the waves do crash in and they probably have a drain and they drain the pool regularly to get fresh water in when it doesn't crash over. Mm-hmm. But they don't necessarily have marine life in the ones that have the concrete base. Yeah. So they have different vibes.
So what was your subject matter with your drawing and painting on this trip? Was it swimmers or was it landscape shots?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both and what I hung my eye on. And I didn't spend hours drawing because I was too busy on holiday. I was too busy working on holiday.
Yeah. Working.
I did work. I'll have to go back and do more work.
Yeah, it's an ongoing process, right?
It's an ongoing process. Yeah. So with Bondi, there was a lot of people there, and it probably wasn't even a busy day. And I think Bondi, I haven't been there for years, and I remember it being a lot quieter. But I think the impact of social media, or what is there a show, Bondi, that the surf lifesaving, Bondi Rescue. Bondi Rescue.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah.
TV
So there's
show.
like Bondi Rescue, and the fact that it's very Instagrammable. I think it's to do with the colours there. There's 2 pools and then there's the ocean. You look at it from above, you can see the different colours changing.
So it was absolutely chocolates when you went there.
I think that's just the way it is. There's a lot of tourists. I mean, I was a tourist, but there's a lot of tourists there. When I was there a long time ago, I think it was more local, had a more local vibe.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a very famous restaurant above it called Icebergs. There's a very loyal following of swim system all year round.
Yep.
In just their togs without wetsuits. And so I think it's a very busy pool. So you'd have to have the people in that one. Like you must. And then with Wiley's, it's a few kilometres down in Coogee, and it's more community.
It's not Coogee, it's Coogee.
I'm not from, I would say Coogee. But I'm not from New South Wales.
Well,
but I think if you say Coogee,
by Barb, yeah, she corrected me and said it's Coogee. Okay, okay.
It's a bit like saying Pran, right?
Yeah.
Get a South Australian to say Pran. They can't say it.
They can't say Paran.
No.
No?
It's not long vowel. You want to say Prawn.
Prawn, indeed.
Prawn. Like castle. What other words? Long vowel words. You can't say Pran. Well, I can. I've lived here for a long time. I now can't.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure we'll end up talking about dumb. You know.
What's the word?
Why is there a B? Why is there a B in dumb? Yeah, it's not.
We digress.
We digress. So tell me.
All right. So back to Wiley's.
Yeah.
Coogee.
Yeah.
It's Coogee.
Coogee. Yeah.
It's very community orientated, but I went on a day that was quite rainy, and so there weren't many people around. I'd have to go back on a more sunny day, and I think there'd be a lot of people sunbaking and relaxing and enjoying the space.
Yeah.
But my experience at that time, it was really calm and isolated, and not many people there, and we found octopus, we found fish.
Yeah.
I started drawing it, and there's not many people that are going to feature in it. It might be 1 or 2 people swimming, but it's quite illustrative, like a slice of the landscape. They've got this blue orange walkway at the top with a big clock on it, and then you have all these natural cliffs underneath.
Yeah.
And then you have the pool, and then you have all the marine life in the pool, and so it's almost like a slice of that experience where you would have like underwater as well as above water reports going on, because I think that's what makes that pool so unique.
Okay.
Yeah, so it just depends. And so back to Bronte, that's very geometric shape. I just do the pool and the lines. I think it speaks for itself. Whether there's people in it, I think it will just upset my vision. I don't want people in the Bronte pool. People, come on. You sound so unsocial.
It does. We're allowed to be unsocial, like I said, with Gen Xers.
Is that part of the role of being a Gen X?
Apparently, I've heard that's a thing.
What do you mean?
Gen Xers are quite, happy to exist on their own terms. They don't need to fit in with every other gen.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
I think I prefer it
and
that
I think
way.
that's probably true.
I just prefer it that way.
Yeah. You're where you belong. That's fine.
I'm in the right decade.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's great. It sounds like you had a great time.
Had a great time. Now the panic is on for me to quickly turn it around and get the work made.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing. I always like that part of the initial creative process. It's exciting because there's so many possibilities. And then you've actually got to lock in and then create it. And then not only do you have to do that, but then you have to then promote it, and you have to get a gallery, and then you've got to get people to see it. And then...
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
Goodness gracious. Time's up. That's unbelievable.
That is so funny. How does
All right,
the
guys.
time fly
Well,
like that?
Time flies as always, but
When we have a yabba.
Yeah, we've explored what we wanted to explore, so
We'll do another one next time.
let's go eat.
Let's go eat. Done. Ciao. Thanks for listening to Creative Conversations. If you enjoyed the conversation, follow the podcast and join us next time as we continue exploring art, science and friendship.